Say boom, boom, boom. What the say, oh. Select stream. This one. Are we live? Oh yeah. Ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-bum-bum-bum. Content live. Refresh. Get shareable link. Bitty bitty beep. Streaming. Deep, deep, boom. We out here. Oh yeah. And thus it begins. We need to maybe bring up, where were we? Continue as me. Where were we? Alright, we were making prototypes for the purpose of things. And we posted them in this little prototypes discussion page, and currently there's two that are standing out. This one and this one, Nature Wizard and Daisy Chains, as good candidates. Turn-based survivors was a little bit of a throwaway idea just to get things rolling. And Space Game is maybe just a too hard basket. Too big, too bold, too much on the custom game engine tech demo type of thing. Yo, Andy. Yo, Andy. What's happening? So I thought maybe I'd make like a look at these two a bit more in depth, perhaps, and think about how, like, if it's a showdown between these two, or if it's like these two are the best candidates, what other kind of like thought processing. Oh, come on. We just got the new CPU in, and now the cooler has died. So I see. One thing after another. What do we got here? You're now live. Yeah, I'm sure. I know. Andy and I had a good chat, and we were talking about it got me thinking about how to maybe expand these ideas on paper a bit more, do a bit more due diligence on them before making any kind of decision, which is what I want to do. I just want to make a decision. But so, I mean, for Nature Wizard, let's grab a piece of text here. We had this design ideas thing going on. But I wanted to kind of do a bit more expanding the concept. Whoa, what did I do? I don't know what this is a picture of. Please stop. Oh, it's just my YouTube video. Okay. Can I get rid of that? Please, sir. Spanning the concept. So the concept currently is first prototype, sketch. Had grow mana trees, collect mana, use mana to cast spells, speed up growth, summon river tiles, summon treants. I think those were all the spells we had. And what how old was the cooler before it cocked it? Cleansing trees, push back corruption. That was pretty much it. But if we were to, maybe I'll make this first prototype. Uh, 3.5 years, that's respectable. Yeah, I use AIOs in my computers as well. Ain't nobody got time for custom water loops. I don't know if they're good or not. They seem to keep things reasonably cool. Except this new Intel chip is hot. Expanding concept. So I did think, always I had in the back of my mind that there would be emphasis on water as a resource. This would be rain, which can be cast as a spell. Water catching trees to collect water as a resource. Having polluted water sources that require cleansing by another spirit of some kind. Maybe we need some little gentle background tunes. What's on the playlist? Just some beats. Oh, the little one. That's kind of cool. Where's the little button? Visualization. Where is it? There it is. It's all about the visuals. Dun, 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 dun. Okay. Rivers are the key to growth and must be connected to each other. Perhaps water sources have a limit to how many rivers they can supply. Italic. water as a resource. Rain, which can be cast as a spell. Maybe happens naturally as the forest grows. Water catching trees to collect water as a resource. Polluted water sources that require cleansing by another spirit or tree. Or tree of some kind. Rivers are the key to growth. Must be connected to each other. Perhaps water sources have a limit. Cool. Water. I don't need this. Let's just simplify this down. Boom. Water as a resource. Maybe I'll put down bold italic color of spooky red. Fire. Oh. Fire. Turn everything off again. As whoa. You can't do that. I'm sure I was doing that before. As just stop being formatted. Stop your formatting. That's still bold. Okay, I'll just write it as a hazard. No bold. No italic. No bold. Regular color. Thank you. Down. Fire as a hazard can spread through the forest. They're all just ideas. They don't have to go in there. Caused by lightning in the wasteland and or some other nasties. Identify what was most fun about the prototype and lean into that. Identify what was least fun or unknown and figure out what can be dropped. Yeah, true. It's interesting, like some things need to be. Sometimes you just need to make a thing and play it and see if it's good or not. I mean, you can theory craft a lot, but then some things. I reckon it's a good skill to be able to like put a thing in really quickly and just generally see if it sucks or not. I don't know. Can spread, blah blah blah. Just gonna put down these ideas that I did have. Suppressed by. Has that got two P's? Suppressed by rain. Water, spirits of some kind. Yeah, I guess I could add onto here. The good stuff. Oh no, underline. I like the enjoyable loop of growing and expanding the forest. Fun to collect mana and then the trees being autonomous felt nice as we are a nature spirit. Bam, ba-dum, bam. Yeah, indeed. Yeah, I guess you can kind of once you got like the basic sketch down, you can feel like what might put stuff down on paper and be like maybe a bit more confident. Add to dictionary tree ants. That was cool. The organic nature of the systems, while they're not organic, obviously they're just numbers in gameplay, with streams and hydration. It's fun. Not so good stuff. Oh, why do these keys sometimes work and then sometimes not work? Control B doesn't work, but I did it before on the last one. Whatever. Italic, color, yellow. They're not so good stuff. Planting, watching it grow, expanding rivers, collecting mana, then expanded ideas, tree ants, and other creatures that can help you. Yeah. I might do the good stuff and how to build on that. Yeah, like you said. Lou and I talked a lot about that. She really likes this game she thought it was a good game from earlier on. And, you know, we had ideas of little mushroom people that can clear out pollution, and it'd be cool if I thought, because you got the spell to turn a tree into a tree ant. But what if it was just a general spell, like an imbue with life, and you could click it on lots of different things and it created all kinds of little dudes and dudettes to run around and do stuff. Rocks, trees, they're not so good stuff. I'm just going to put in maybe combat is not necessary. I didn't mind the combat element of it. I don't know, like you say, a game can exist with just the pure building and enjoyment, but even things like Minecraft and Terraria have an element of danger that I don't know whether that's, in this day and age, people want a game where there's no danger, or the danger is a motivator to play. It's like SimCity 2000, going back all the way, but SimCity had like a natural disasters mode. I'd always turn that off. I didn't want that playing SimCity, which is interesting because you're playing a different thing. You're trying to make your city sustainable. Maybe that's where the difficulty comes in, is getting it in balance. Yeah. Maybe combat is not necessary. Automation of mana collection was not fully working. / explored. Because the idea, I don't know when you played it, there was an idea where you could put down those little mana collectors, and when an ant filled up with mana, it'd go drop it off, sort of automating the way you collect mana. But I don't know if that clicked, or even if that worked, you know. Whether or not, because this game being like it's like an anti-Factorio in a way. Obviously nowhere in the same realm of systems, and it's not about automation, it's about the opposite of that, like free growth. So whether you want to be automating things, the idea of this game is that you don't have complete control over nature. Like, you can influence nature, but you can't control it. Yeah, it did. It was fun to go around and get the whole thing. When I was first making the first version that didn't have the like nice graphics and shit, And obviously I'm playtesting and just want to check the system, so I made the character really fast and everything go really fast, and then when you're playing it, you're like, whoa, this speed is actually quite fun to be able to like hoon around and pick stuff up. Maybe not necessary. Here. What other not so good stuff was there? Looking at this, obviously you said you felt like it was just, I mean, obviously I put in some pretty just fast and dirty values at the beginning to get going. It wasn't really, it's not a completed system, so having the right amount of mana and balance, mana/balance between growth and fun, starting out, you probably end up doing like a little story with it and start on a little easy level where you just have to grow a little forest and then build it up and build it up. Grow mana trees and collect mana. Is flat 2D enough? Works okay. Could even be isometric, maybe. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Maybe I'll jump into in here, and I'll. Nasties is a word, man. I need that added to the dictionary. Okay, let's get rid of these bullet points. Whoa, whoa. Man, what button is that? I'm gonna put pollution. Make it a sickly color as a roadblock, something. Oh, why are these so in? Oh, come on, dude. How do I do that? Yes. I get like coding brain where everything has to line up. 2D ISO, yeah. Because one thing that was like a challenge once things started happening was like this tree art was like a kind of a, why is this so dark? Oh, because I'm editing. This art was kind of like, in fact, I've got another board that's the tree game art. I think that Lou and I were sharing. Oh yeah, these trees. So it was kind of like, once I put these trees in, it became like too dense. Like you can imagine lots of trees. You're just looking at a wall of green, so you can't, with your player, you just disappear behind trees and you don't know where you are. So I ended up taking one of these trees and like just making it a little less dense, because then you get this kind of flat looking landscape where you want it to be dense forest, but you want to also be able to feel the movement. Yeah, definitely the pollution as a like a game controller or something. So polluted water sources as base expansion nodes. So when you want to have more water. Yeah, so yeah, I kind of get what I get what I'm saying. Yeah, less leaves. Snow's more water supply. Polluted water needs cleaning by unit type, maybe, or spells, or both. Polluted ground stops growth. Or inhibits it. Yeah, so I had this idea. So macro story. So this overall big idea is that the player starts on a unknown planet / land with the quest to regrow nature, which has been obliterated by some previous civilization. Discovering more about that as the game proceeds. Dun, dun. Nature in the area. To get enough mana to cast spells, expand the area. Yeah. So like water, you start off with like a central water supply that maybe is placed at the beginning of the game or the level or something, and then that only can expand you out a certain distance before you need to go find another water source to cleanse, and you need quite a lot of resources to do that, and then you can expand your rivers and whatnot. I guess the underlying, there's some sort of underlying climate change thing that is not said out loud, I guess. Maybe there are polluted creatures, some sort of, what do you call it? Mutants. Yeah. Dum, 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 dum. Bing, bing, bing. I might put in danger or antagonists, maybe. Because if we went into this, because originally, I was doing this Yo, Lou, what's up? Hey, babe, how you doing? Finished work for the day, but what you working on? What were you working on? Something of your own. Dun, dun, dun. Yes, antagonists. I thought that if it's more of a post-apocalypse situation, it could be raiders, without getting too Fallouty. Raiders / brigands, Wastelanders. So maybe there's like little encampments or something. General Ruffians. Mutants. Dogs. Dogs. Scary ones. You know, this colored text formatting is reminding me of Caves of Qud. It's got like it's a Giga. I don't know if you've played it. Yeah, the way they do all this stuff. It's like a Giga roguelike. I actually own it, but I found it quite hard to play. It's super deep. It's got so much to it. Where were we? Yeah. True. That's why they're a big maybe. I also thought I don't know. Down, 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 down. The other thing, because Lou and I discussed a game back in the Ra. Okay, I can't push those buttons. I'll never push them again. Where we had an idea for a game that was like a city builder, but you're building a place to live for spirits, kind of like you're building the town in Spirited Away, and you've got to make it habitable for all the different kinds of spirits, the nice ones, the nature ones, the evil spirits, and create some kind of balance. But this could have an element of that. Once the forest gets to a state, then it could have spirits come to start live there, or maybe that's just the summonables. Summonable is not a word. Summonable spirits. From living, we had the balance of good and evil, so you'd have to have death spirits and creepy haunted spirits, and they have to live in their space, and then you'd have to have the nice spirits over here. From living things, trees, water, rocks, grass, I don't know, mushrooms. This is as far as we got. Spirits, reliant spirits. Yeah. Yeah. Self-reliant spirits that inhabit the forest on their own accord when it reaches certain milestones. I mean, this is kind of spitballing. This is like, I guess I'm kind of just want to like take these initial ideas, see where they might go if you were to really put 6 months into them, how you'd expand them. Good. This is evil balance. And then then once you got all this, you just add trains in, and then you've got nature trains. Good versus evil balance. Evil spirits must be accounted for? Question mark. Okay, well these are some ideas. Yeah, we're going wide. We're going wide with what could be. Nature Wizard. Obviously the title is completely fine and doesn't need any changing. Can you copy things from here to there? Oh look, it's a mushroom man. I want the mushroom man. Yes. Let's get some little inspirational dudes around. Visual. These are just like, oh, there's the little nature spirit concept is. You need to be that guy. I mean, these are all people's art that I just kind of referenced. It's inspiration. It's inspiration. Dun, 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 dun. So yeah. What do we got in terms of inspiring images? It's kind of cool. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That's kind of cool. Barking up. Happy Little Trees with Bob Ross. I love these things where people just make like a thing that, wait, this is kind of 3D isometric. It's kind of low poly style. I don't know, do you do like sprite based or 3D? I almost think isometric would be, that's kind of cool. This kind of thing's cool. Wow. AI pixel farming game. I have no idea how to do isometric. Yo, Jesse the fish. Good man. We're just in here reviewing some of these prototypes, trying to expand them out, make it just come slowly, naturally to some decision about what game we're gonna do next. At the moment we're looking at Daisy Trains and the Nature Forest game. Well, if you wanted to play any of them, these ones at least, they're on itch. Actually, they're linked in Discord. Yeah, true. Yeah, true. Octopath. Is this 2D? This is isometric. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. I just wonder if you're going to do that, then just make it 3D. but I don't know. That might just... Both of them are going to be a massive headache. How are you going, Jesse? What's been happening since the game jam? Yeah. Can I feel bad just yanking this stuff. Can you copy image and do like this? Can you just do that in this day and age? Look at this other thing. Whoa. Look at this thing. You can go remove background. Does it work? We're in 2024, man. That's crazy. Sick. I hate that. Pinterest. Isometric art. Mm-hmm. Oh. That's pretty cool. That looks like it requires some serious skills. Oh dear, this is where you go down the rabbit hole. This looks more like game art, eh? Like that's some sort of actual 3D hybrid. Yeah, actually the game jam nearly killed me for a couple of days. I was just non-functional. Didn't realize how much of an effort it was. So yeah, just sat around. Whoa. And yeah, try to recover, try to re-energize. Oh, is this like the new, this is the new Wizard of Legend. I saw some not so positive comments on that. I thought it looked really cool, but they've kind of changed the game a lot, eh? It's more like Hades, where it used to be a kind of cute pixel art thing. Oh, yeah. This looks like AI. Here, what are these things? What are all these just blobs? That's kind of cool. Interesting. So there's lots of options for art, I guess. It could be, I mean, maybe not this cartoonish, but it could be this top-down 2D view. It's kind of classic, been done a lot. This is like Secrets of Mana or something. RPG Maker. "2D ISO pixel style." Yeah. Well, that's got lots of opportunities. Expanding the concept, I could dig in and do a little Actual game. The actual game. Oh, why did my little things get under there? Go away. Actual game might look like. Probably a level based. The creatures, yeah, the animated creatures. Level based potential campaign, which might look like levels growing in challenge and complexity. Begin small level, clean up an area and grow out of forest. Expand to new levels or grow the current level maybe. Introducing new unlockable. Is that not a word either? All the words in game dev are not real words. Unlockable. Is lockable a word? Unlocks, units, spells, trees. What are those things called that make life hard? Challenges. Weak. Free play, chill mode. Just make your forest without, what do you call it? Without, make your forest without so many constraints. Can still follow a tech tree or actual tree of skills, spells, creatures, etc. Core loop is starts from nothing. Add water, hydrate the land, grow trees, generate groves that provide resources, mana, water, etc. There's the trees also provide seeds, so self-perpetuating. Growth can cause exponential growth. Ding 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 ding. Mana resources needed to sustain the summoning of spirits, creatures, to expand the forests. So you need mana to cast spells, but you also need mana as upkeep maybe, and then you need water as another resource to keep your rivers flowing. Don't know what other... Maybe you could have like a... We originally, in that other game idea we had, we talked about having a currency of like entities that live in your forest provide some sort of... That's kind of like mana, but maybe it's some sort of mojo. Is mana mojo? Static pollution, need to clear, expand, but then have creeping corruption. Yeah, true. Spirits that dwell in the forest provide another resource, can be used to expand, question mark. Pollution needs cleaning to grow. Corruption. Yeah, maybe that's what fights corruption. Interesting. Corruption is deeper than pollution and spreads, but is static or set on level generation. Corruption is deeper than pollution and spreads, must be kept in check, maybe by spirit. I can't write spirit influence. Boom. Once the pollution and corruption is gone, the level is complete. ... Question. Yeah, well, that was the original game. Was like we were trying to. It was like in SimCity where you have like you need residential and commercial and industrial, but we were going to be like you need nature spirits and life spirits and death spirits in order to keep the balance or something. You get too many death spirits, it gets too creepy. But this one, maybe we focus more on the nature versus corruption, or nature versus pollution. I'm kind of... there were some cool imagery that I liked. This is an Inspirer. This one was kind of cool. Obviously that's not game art, but it is pretty cool anyway. Just as a thing. Just as a thing to look nice. Doesn't really go with my thingamajig. Put it there, expanding the concept. Ooh. Corruption turns your thingies bad? That's pretty terrifying. Corrupts the spirits. I feel like there's a lot to grow on here. This idea's got some, I mean, without trying to make it everything, you know, I think the core tech The Quartet in here could become quite ticky. Just have to manage lots of entities. Whoa! Dude. Down. Sweet. Alright. Get this little dude. Bring him over. Yes. Put these guys up. Whoa, what happened? What happened? Alright, cool. Nature wizard. Maybe we could do a little thing where we talk about technical. Tech challenges. We would need support for lots of entities. City builder type game. What other tech challenges are there? Deep system, potentially deep systems that interact, units, buildings, which are like trees, abilities, streams, etc. Kinda. I mean, kinda. I kinda like. I mean, I feel like if I give it to too many people and then take back on what they say, you know, the water might get muddied of what, because I can see what I would do. At the end of the day, like, it's hard to know, like, whether asking people their opinion is good for them to, like, they go, I would never play that game, and maybe that's just the honest truth, and making it means no one would play it. But then again, there's also like it's still in discovery, like it needs to have its little time to sprout, you know, without people prejudging it. So I don't know. It does need, all these ideas need a bit of time to actually play with, like say another prototype level. I think it just needs to be built to a level. I mean, I was hoping I'd done enough building with this one. I hate to admit it, but it probably needs an engine. Tech bonuses. What are some good things to the tech of this? Probably needs an engine. Probably needs pathfinding. Pathfinding. Well, I mean, I'm currently, making videos about it, which I wouldn't normally do. I'd normally just do it. What is good about this game? It's not a AAA third person shooter. Oh. Levels are probably, what's the word? Finite and controllable in scope. All right, now I'll do the same thing with Daisy Trains. I did a little, there's another thing with this, is that this game is like, I think it'd have to be pushed, I don't know whether it's trying to fit in the same space as something like Stardew Valley. Not that the gameplay would be like that, but like this kind of, like the kind of pixel art 2D top-down cozy game, or it's trying to live in a city builder world. But I don't know how people will quite get this game. I really like this art. Wow. Yeah, that's a consideration. I did some research into Daisy Trains. Went on Steam and went and looked, because there was something. Oh yeah, I downloaded Transport Fever. I went into trains, because there was, this game Unrailed just came out, and then I saw there's one, was it called Railbound? Yeah, this one. Oh, this is like a puzzle game. You play these little puzzles. They're just kind of like, how do you get the things to connect? It's kind of like a cute puzzler. And then from there, I found Station to Station. It's like a voxelized sort of, it looks like a kind of chill railroad tycoon kind of game. Then there was this one, Train Valley, which looked like a bit of a, oh, what's happening? This one looked like a kind of a bit more of a train kind of, another Transport Tycoon light kind of. These are more kind of focused on the technicalities of making train tracks and stuff, which is kind of... Boom. Lots of trains exploding. There's a sequel to this, Train Valley 2, which has got this kind of cute low poly style. Again, has these kind of... It's got a small little Transport Tycoon-y vibe, like moving wood to this place in the coal mine. A little bit more, I mean, I don't want to say simulation-y, but kind of that. And then I think they made one called Train Valley World, which came out just this year. Got less good reviews. This one looks like they've just taken that idea and taken it further. Again, they seem like games based on commerce and stuff, which I think Daisy Trains would not be. Made a C# Alexa and parser in JavaScript. Now I'm doing the opposite, Alexa and parser in JavaScript. Oh my gosh. You're lexing so much. HGBNTHG. What can we call you for short? So I think these games are sort of related, but not. It's kind of good. None of them seem to be exactly really what Daisy Trains would attempt to be, which I think is kind of good, meaning that there are those types of games, they kind of exist but not exactly. First prototype was build railways on small puzzling levels to transport cargo from one side to the other. Different cargo pickup and drop off to make to add to the challenge of solving levels. Levels unlock a wider map, allowing cargo to move between levels. An overall goal to move all the cargo from its origin to a final destination. Destination. By the way, what's up? Yeah, I checked the reviews. They seemed like this one is kind of a small launch. This last one was a bit better. I think one thing I like about Daisy Trains is it's just got a lot more going on once you link up all the levels, and it becomes way more interesting to look at. I think that's part of the good stuff. Those games are little slow trains going through the tunnels and stuff. I mean, get rid of that. Make it fast. The good stuff. I liked that it was a simplified train experience, and not about a real life transport network. More puzzle oriented with trains as the vehicle. Vehicle to progress. Cute and cozy. Yeah, especially if the Andy's saying a visually large network with things moving will be captivating, especially if the interconnected puzzles are of higher quality, meaning that there's actual consequences to connecting up all the different levels and making it like if you need to go 1, 2, 3, 4 across the levels, but then there's an elegant puzzle where now one needs to come back across the levels or something, and you get to create a bigger network. That all makes a lot more sense. This obviously didn't have enough time to be developed to that level, but it was a good sort of tester. What else was good about Daisy Trains? Easy to pick up. I don't know, people had a lot of trouble figuring out how to play. I guess the puzzle complexity allowed for people to sink some time into it, into solving the network. Yeah, just the shifting cargo is fun. It is, man. Played a little Transport Tycoon the other day, and that is, man, that's all-timer, eh? The not so good stuff, puzzles became muddy without proper development time. The choke points ended up Why are you talking to me, Alexa? Ended up being a good and bad thing, confusing the player. But opening up a potential puzzle device. So we didn't mean to do it, but by accident it turned out that if choke points got filled up, then you could flip the stations around and have the trains bring the cargo back, which was became like a mechanic, but it wasn't an intentional one, and people didn't figure that out necessarily on their own. They some people did, and they were like, oh, do I have to do that? Oh, there's nothing in the game to tell you that. It's because it was only done in a week. But that could be cool if it was better communicated. Poor communication to the player about how to play. Puzzles need to progress. And be satisfying to the player. More different types of puzzles need to be dreamed up. Yeah, I liked it as well. It was just kind of an accidental thing. But if you could, I think with that's what excites me about this idea, is that I think once you had the system set up and you had a little level editor and stuff, you could take time to discover interesting puzzles, and they would emerge more organically, and I think that could be a very fun development process. And then hopefully fun for the player. Not that I know anything about puzzle games. Yeah, like you set it one way and it works, and then you got to come back and change things. I did think that's why I thought that the 3D would, or even isometric, either way you could include the vertical element in there. Puzzles could be in the, could go up as well. Macro Story. I don't know if you played the game Dredge. That's another Kiwi game. Where you have a little fishing boat, but there's the story of you've got to go get things for people and go to that island and unlock this quest and dredge up things. I thought you could build a bit of that story in there. So the story about the stuff that you're transporting as it unlocks. Now we need to get some trees to this sawmill to make wood for the little township or something. I don't know, you could add some sort of story element into it without it becoming too like real life, you know. Yeah, simple. Yeah, I even did a little, you see here I did a little test in Godot, just to start to, not really actually working, but just to start to see. I haven't been in an engine for so long. I was like, first of all, can Godot actually produce a nice image? Godot, it looks all right. These are just some things, and then using some Kit Bash stuff, these little path follow nodes, so you can make your little dudes go around on a path. Yeah, I took a little grab of that here just to put next to it as like, this could be something like this. Very background. Yeah, like the level has some sort of, oh whoa, it just took everything out. Is ultimately unlocking a series of puzzles, but they could be connected to a level-based story where the goods being transported makes sense to a town, mountain, islands, some communities that need things to be, need things moved about. It's pretty vague. Levels or worlds. Jilly, you sound so terrifying. Ding, 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 ding. Worlds as puzzle sets. Yeah, that's what I thought, that each world that has, say, 10 or 20 levels on it is in a different place. So you could do like islands, up in the mountains, out in the desert, some alien world, I don't know. Thematic, islands, mountains, forests, deserts, alien. a series of interconnected puzzles that once all uncloaked, provide a satisfying global network. Yeah, I don't know there, because yeah, maybe. You're thinking like the art would expand. Well, you could start with 3 or something. Maybe start with 1 as the prototype. Big little small world with like 10 puzzles on it or something. I'm thinking of the, yeah. Puzzle concepts evolve as the levels are unlocked. Puzzles that traverse the level and also go back on themselves in instances. That could be kind of cool. See a world as something that may take a while to fully complete. Cargo types. I hate it. For puzzles. You ever make a cup of tea and you drink it and you just forgot you drank it and now you need another cup of tea, but you didn't necessarily enjoy the first cup of tea? Yeah. Potential for chains to carry types of cargo with different configs. Visually and mechanically adding depth, maybe. Could be too much, but could be cool. Yeah. Could be connected to the world and the story of the puzzles. Pollution. 3D. Potential for verticality. A potential. Would add verticality. Verticality is not a word. Versatility. Vertical element to the puzzles. Everyone hates animated things. Lou did make that the original animated tree ant. Because obviously we're thinking, I mean, not obviously, but we were we tested out the workflow of doing animations in Blender and then baking them down to pixel art, which kind of worked for the trees. Looked kind of cool. And in fact, the player character was as well. And then you make the 3D character and just like, why isn't the character just 3D? So I don't know. Yeah, characters and animations. Let's go. Stop that. Characters and animations be difficult. Indeed. Visually interesting for a puzzle game. Team of 2. Well, I got team of 1 in a bit because Lou's got an actual job. But I don't know. I wonder if there could be a point where either one of these games gets to a point where it's got enough potential that it could attract some sort of raising of funds. Maybe that would be pretty cool.
We're not too sure exactly how we're going to do it, but it kind of happens.
Puzzle game and could be helpful for viewing problems in the game. Would add a lot of work and probably require an engine. Probably is a definitely. Yeah, I heard that they love giving money away over here. What else could we add? I mean, I did wonder if, like, is the puzzle game enough, or do you have to go full Transport Tycoon? But I played a bit of Transport Fever 2 today. Just had a little look. And it's interesting because it's like full on trying to be like modern Transport Tycoon and be very realistic. And there's something about it that I really, it's kind of got all the things that I would imagine, like, oh wow, look, you can just dong, and it's like, is this the same people that made City Skylines? It looks so much like it. But then there's something of the magic of Transport Tycoon that is totally missing. And it kind of like glosses over all the little things like building stuff and whatnot. You just drag it, boom, and it auto does it for you and stuff. And it's kind of like, oh yeah. Managing the rail networks. I don't know. I played it a couple of times and it never quite grabbed me. A huge thing, Urban Games. Whatever did they do? Just Train Fever, Transport Fever. They've just been in the transport zone. They just make transport games. Yeah, that's the thing. I mean, like, do you meddle with the actual Transport Tycoon? Stop eating the bed. What was it? Is this a? Did they use? They use a proprietary engine. Interesting. Interesting. It's pretty full on. It's like a major project, that one. maybe I'll put a thing, a broader game where now more of a simulation, less puzzle game. Danger competing with big, vast games. Transport Tycoon, Transport Fever. Could be a middle ground, but would need to forego the puzzle element, maybe. That'd be simple. It's more of a brain teaser, I think. I think it'd just be more of a cerebral experience of wanting to crack the code, which, yeah. I mean, like The Witness. Did you play The Witness? I played The Witness, not for very long. People love The Witness. That was just confusing puzzles. Pretty much, wasn't it? This was just confusing puzzles. But it was very successful, and people do like this kind of game. I mean, obviously it wouldn't be as like esoteric as this. Oops, I keep losing my place. But I don't know. I would be concerned about going from the simple puzzly nature of it and then trying to turn it into a simulation game. I think you kind of do one or the other, maybe. I think the cool thing about it was the interconnected levels and how they live on their own, but they also live as part of a bigger puzzle. I think that was the thing that made it feel a bit unique and interesting, in that you can solve one puzzle, but can you solve a collection of them? And I think people did comment that they played it a lot and they got into it and wanted to see the solutions. And then they were like, were there solutions? I'm like, maybe, mostly. Down, 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 down. And then you can summon spirits. The actual game. Well, let's ask that question. What is the actual game? The actual game is a isolated puzzles. Each level in a world would be a self-contained puzzle on how to transport cargo. Varying difficulties and solutions with mechanics that are introduced as the game unfolds. Hello, Beansy. Hello, Beansy. Do you want to come up here and say hello? Hello. Hello, Beansy. Yeah, I know. What time is it? Do you know what the time is? Do you know exactly what time it is? Every day you're like, this is the time. Good girl. Hmm? You ever just bah, 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 we do not. Please, BT. Please, BT. Da, 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 da. Hey, Pesco. Now, babe. Babe, if you're still watching this, the time is becoming. The time is happening. Each world's puzzles must be interconnected and create a larger puzzle set. This would be hard to make, but not impossible. The time is not yet. I don't know who you're asking. You're asking yourself, the clock, or the Beansy? The Beansy. The Beans. Only once the entire world is complete can the full picture be appreciated. Maybe. I don't know if that's an actual game right there. Hats. Tick challenges. We would need a robust rail system. Maybe I'll also add in here train tracks, because this could be a make or break one. Railway that has mechanics for interconnected lines, signals, height, etc. Could be a big challenge. Leads to potential for complex scenarios and solutions to level problems. Robust rail system, how to make interconnected railways, signals, height, etc. 3D would pose complexity undoubtedly. What is this? Undoubtedly. What a word! What a language! Bespoke puzzles might require a lot of Bespoke, I already used that. One-off mechanics. Tech bonuses are relatively low-key art requirements. Yeah, finite levels. Everything. Oh yeah, that's good. I love this. Everything is built by design. No proc gen. No procedural generation. So that would be one cool thing, is you just build the level exactly how you want. I build all the stages exactly how you want them. Test the puzzles. They are a constant. Relatively doable in the right engine, I think. Although all games are not relatively easy. Boom! Now what? Just need a lazy audience of like 10,000 people. Now that'd probably actually be bad, and then everybody would be like, I want to do that, why don't you do this, do that? And you never come to I wonder if you could prototype both of them. Would that be just silly? Things I want to do is, for either of them, I'd want to do like an engine due diligence. I think that you need to make something basic in an engine or two to see which one's actually going to be right. What's your experience, Andy, with engines? Are you primarily Unity experience? Can I pitch you the structure? Yeah. So basically it's like this. You're in this beautifully crafted 3D isometric world level, a little level like that. Can I draw it? You're in this beautiful level. You load into this level and it's beautiful. And it's got all these like things, and there's like water all around. And you're like, there's a palm tree here. And there's some little raccoon or something. No, forget the raccoon. And then there's like I don't know, there's a container yard or some little thing with some cargo here. And they're like, you need to get this cargo over to this thing over here. And it's this nicely little model, stylized art. You're going to need to build a basic rail loop. There's a couple of trees in the way or a rock or something. And then you get the little tutorial level where you build a little station here. And then you make your first little level. And you're like, oh, that's cool. And then it goes, badooey. And then there's another level. I don't know how things get across here. Is there a little boat or something? I don't know. Help! And then another level opens up. This one's a bit bigger now. And you're like, oh wow, who made this? Who was behind this? This is genius. Where's the colors? Oh yeah, there. This is like beautiful water. Sparkling Caribbean island. I don't know, I'm riffing. And then this one's just a little bit harder. They're like, oh, there's a few things in the way this time. And not only do we need this, but we need this other thing. And then there's some genius situation where now we've got stations that can handle 2 things or something. Now you got to move the thing from over here. There's a beach, some fishing thing there. They got frozen fish or something. And then you got to do something, but you got to go around or something. And gotta go load and unload. But as you expand out the levels, you can zoom out to this big world map, and there's like all these things going on, and you can see all your little trains going around. Each of them unlocks an elegant little puzzle solution to another one, and this unlocking of this whole world that ends up being really quite big. Has all these different things on it. I don't know, maybe there's rail bridges you got to build between them or something. There's a big one over here. This one's... You just end up spending like an hour just on figuring that out. Maybe not an hour. I don't know. And you have this... You end up feeling like a better person for playing it. Yeah, right now I've done a bit of expanded concepting and thinking across both games, and sort of weighing them up against each other as which one. The question is, there's a few questions. Which one's going to be the better game? Which one has potential to be a great game? Which one has potential to be a achievable project? Which one has the potential to be made within a finite time frame and within a finite budget? Which one has a chance of actually becoming a game in someone's library that they play and enjoy and recommend to their friends? Imagine this looking like Civilization or something. I know that sounds probably... What does Civ 6 look like? Well, probably better than I can do. The Civilization of Train Games. That sounds a little bit much. The goals per level. That's the thing, is I imagine the goals to be similar, but they could all be like slightly unique. You could uniqueify the levels, and that's where the story comes in. Because it could just be like, we need to fulfill this many cargoes in this place and get all the cargo from here to here. But then there could be a production element, like this thing is producing X amount of something. And then you find out later in this other level, you can boost the production by delivering something else to it up here. What am I drawing? Oh yeah. So maybe you get the opportunity to also choose your level. Once you unlock the first couple, then maybe 3 unlock, and now you're like, okay, what order do I need to do these levels in to unlock this big goal here? This big goal here might be like to really progress the level. Now you need to get all these 4 working in conjunction to push forward into the next one. So maybe on the islands level, there's like a big cargo port or something. And we're trying to get this cargo, maybe early on there's a city up here, and you want to get the cargo to the city, but in order to get the cargo to the city, you got to get the fish to the thing, and you got to get the, I don't know, what do islands need? You could make it fun. They need crabs. Wait, that didn't sound good. Well, there's passengers or something. Passengers need to go from one little fishing village to the other or something. That could add a little depth, probably a lot of complexity, but managed well. Hey, Beansy. I know, Poopy. I know, Poopy. Yeah, I know. Mama said she doesn't want to come home and play with you. She's just too busy. She's too busy right now. Busy. Well, the good news is I don't currently have any investors that I need to please, so I'm still just brainstorming. Justo packed up. Are we leaving? Are you walking? We're walking? Are you driving? Yeah, but no, good call. I feel like I'm getting to the point where I want to actually make something to see. You know, it's all good to write stuff down, but then you actually get into an editor and you got to write the code and you're like, oh God, how does all this work? Beansy, what are you eating? Pitch to players, yeah. Well, at this point, I can't really pitch anything before making something. You're driving. All right, well, we will await you here. Oh, easy. You're a good girl. Right? You're on a live stream, Beansy. Besku. Hey, Besku. Hey, Besku. Us. Hus. Hoos. Good doggies. I know. Off you go. Come on, off you go. Go fight to the brink. Easy. I'm just trying to help. I'm just trying to. I'm sorry. I'm just trying to. I'm just trying to. Sorry, Beans. Like, I appreciate that. I do appreciate the idea of pitching to developers and whatnot, but at the same time, like, I don't really want to do that just because. I mean, I just don't want to get in too much conversation with people who have preformed ideas about like what needs to happen, because I think like unless someone can clearly like show me like some sort of I don't know. I don't know exactly that there's some formula for making games that works, or even if there was one, I don't know if I'd want to follow it. I'm kind of happy in my little world of discovery. Yeah, I get that. But like what? Why are we trying to convince others of our ideas? Show me the money. Yeah, I guess like, are you saying that you need to get approval from someone else or that your idea is going to work? Yeah, it helps you focus the game stronger in your mind. Yeah, true. Yeah. But then again, maybe you don't even know what I mean, you know, made a prototype, written stuff down, can kind of have it in the mind's eye, but also, can you even know before like doing something? How much is discovered through the process, you know? Like we did this documentary earlier this year where the guy came to me with like, I don't know how much footage there was. It was 60 hours. And he didn't actually know what the story was. We had to spend like 2 weeks discovering the story in the footage and in the narrative. We couldn't pitch you I mean, he did pitch the documentary to somebody. He pitched the documentary to somebody and they gave him money. And we didn't make that documentary because he pitched it based on a bunch of just whatever was in his heart at the time. And I guess that's the other thing is, you know, I mean, I could pitch you this thing. Yeah, I guess what you're saying, you're trying to get me to focus in on what the core of the game is. But then again, yeah, and I would say something. It's good to have some question marks. I think question marks can be a good thing with a with a framework, with a frame. Yeah. Would I give me money for it? Do I believe in it? Dun, dun, dun. It's a tough one. It's a tough one to know. Maybe none of these games are worth making. It's hard to know. Oh, whoa, that does that. That's pretty cool. What if I did that? I don't know. Yeah, there's like a thing in film where you kind of the film, like the professional way, maybe it depends who you ask, but some people would say you storyboard everything, you nail the whole story down, you get every shot, you plan every shot in the film, so when you're filming it, it's about capturing the performances. It's not about discovering the story. You already know that. And you know what the shots look like, and you know what the scenes look like. Everything's pre-researched. And some people work that way really well. And then other people kind of go, I don't know exactly. I know I got the broad vision. And we're going to go in and discover it in the process. So both of them are valid, I guess. And to be honest, I'd be a storyboarder myself. That's funny. Yeah. Interesting. I just wonder if, like, do you think that like too much of this kind of industry idealization of like pitching and concepting and prototyping and baking ideas down and then working on design documents and all this, like, what of all the great, like, massive games that have come out in the last 20 years, how many of them do you think actually did any of that stuff? Like, did Minecraft do any of that stuff? Did Stardew Valley do that stuff? Or even like Vampire Survivors? Was there any, like, or did they just muddle along and make it happen? I'm not saying you should do that either, or I should do that either. I'm just playing devil's advocate. As like, how much do you want to follow a mold versus how much do you just want to kind of, I don't know. I'm pretty glad that I did this step of like just fleshing out the ideas a little bit more and having a think about where these could go. Yeah. Yes, I don't know. This one seems more fun. This one seems more practical. Practical, fun. Also, I think people would like get this by looking at it, maybe. Just by looking at it, be like, oh yeah, you make trains. And this one, they're like, whoa, there's like a forest and spirits and stuff. What the heck is all that about? Where are the guns at? Both of them are pretty peaceful games. Anyway, when's the actual video happenings? Premiering in a couple of hours. That's pretty cool. If anyone's here watching, come join the Discord if you feel the need. We're doing things like having these games available to be played, or at least the prototypes, and chat about. Plus, like, info of these live streams and future videos that are coming. The video that's premiering in about 2.5 hours is episode 8 of DevQuest, and that's about the second part of Space Game. Catching us up to the game jam that happened a week and a bit ago for Daisy Trains, which is what we made in a week for this game jam. Yeah. How long have we been on? A couple of hours. Yeah, I'm sure there's more to discuss. Exciting. I might actually get to make a game. Yeah, I'm a bit scared of the Daisy Trains video. It's like 65 hours of streaming to go through and find a video in there somehow. I wonder if there's some train game. Any interesting? Oh yeah, there's the train game. Okay, babe. Yeah, it's good to get a bit done. Good to think it through a little more before just jumping in and starting to make stuff. Oh, that's pretty cool. Cosmic Express. What is Cosmic Express? It's a prototype. Train jam. Oh, a game jam for trains. That's kind of cool. What's this one? I feel like I've seen this before as well. What am I looking at? Massive Design. Oh, that's some person. Yeah, anyway, we'll see you for the new vid, and yeah, come join the Discord if you feel the need. The link, I think I'm putting links in descriptions, am I? Or do I have to do that? I'll do that, of this vid or any of the other vids. And yeah, I hope everyone has an awesome weekend. I'm not sure what the stream schedule is going to be. I guess the next thing is to actually come to a decision on these, and then I don't know, maybe do another prototyping round or something. Or maybe prototype both. I don't know. Yeah. Cheer, everybody. But yeah, we'll catch you on the next one. It's so hard to say goodbye. But goodbye. Oh.